Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode. I'm so happy you're joining me in this beautiful discussion we've been having this season. This season, we have been talking about microcosmic healing, understanding our energy and how powerful we really are, even to heal ourselves and the world around us. So, we're going to go further into understanding energy. And today, we're going into another topic and another layer of that. Our energy is challenging to scale. Measuring human energy is very undermentioned and under-researched topic, although this is the basis of wielding your personal power to heal yourself and those around you. There are ways to begin to understand how your personal energy is affected and how to adjust or regulate it. Not only can you heal your own body through vibrational frequency, but you can also create miracles. So let's go deeper. Let's discuss vibrations. Einstein once said, everything in life is a vibration. I love this. So today, quantum physics recognizes that everything in the universe, on this earth, living and inanimate, is all made of moving energy. Scientists have discovered that physical atoms are made up of vortexes of energy that are constantly spinning and vibrating, offering their own unique energy signature. Since we are made of energy, we each give off our own frequencies that others feel and react to. Likewise, we too feel other people's energy. We usually understand this as a feeling, right? So, being in a space with someone who is low vibrations, we react to feeling maybe uneasy, feeling the need to remove ourselves from the situation or the place or just away from that person. Some people may get headaches or even sick to their stomach. It is a reaction to certain frequencies depending on your level of vibration. So, conversely, though, being in the space with someone who is high vibing, you will be drawn to this person feeling lighter, happier, and overall feeling better than before you were near them. This is a reaction to frequencies. So I've mentioned these two words already, vibration and frequency. Let me define what these are so you understand the difference. A vibration is the movement of particles moving back and forth. So here we're getting scientific, right? It's the protons and the neutrons, the electrons that make up an atom, right? Their movement. The number of cycles that a vibrating object completes in 1 second is called frequency. So the rate at which energy vibrates. So you have vibration is the amplitude of energy. So it creates energy, while frequency is the measurement of the level of energy. Okay. So frequency, again, that measurement, it can be measured in hertz, and such as sound waves and electromagnetic waves, right? Okay. So we get the science backed here. So let's understand this measurement as a discussion related to healing. So, a healthy human body actually resonates between 62 and 78 hertz. I want to put a side note here. For the numbers in the frequencies that in my research that I'm stating to you today, absolutely, I have found a lot of research out there that gives a lot of different ranges of what these actual numbers are. Please understand that the numbers that I am stating today is for a reference. I believe it's a very good reference for you to understand the differences in the ranges of what we go through, even if there is scientific proof out there that has a different number associated to it. That's fine. Let's just understand again the changing scale. So, as I said, a healthy human body resonates between 62 and 78 hertz. Human cells can start to mutate when their frequency drops below 62 hertz, which is the state that illness sets in. So, when you have a cold or flu, your body frequency is around 58 hertz. And with someone who has cancer, they can have a frequency of around 52 hertz. So, how does this happen? How does our frequency drop where it creates illness and all of these things? Well, there are many factors here. Let me give you two big examples within this. So, one is energy output, right? Because if again, frequency is measured here within energy, it's an energy level, right? So, energy output. Have you ever been so exhausted from working a really long week or preparing to take a vacation? Because there's a lot you have to do in that, right? Only to find that you get sick by the time you leave or by the weekend when you finally get to rest. It's because you've put more energy out without the balance of recharging. So you were out of balance and your frequency dropped. The other example in here is your mental and emotional state. Absolutely. So, I mean, have you ever been depressed or yeah, actually, let's put it this way. This is just a good example. Have you ever felt depressed to a point where you start feeling illness symptoms? I know I have. I absolutely used to suffer from depression. And I would go through states where I thought I was physically sick, right? So I might feel like I'm getting a fever or having body aches, things like this, when in actuality, I was going through a mental and emotional depletion than I was actually physically. Or maybe have you been so worried or stressed that you become anxious and then developing stomach issues or headaches? That's what I mean in understanding and how these are all connected, right? These frequencies. Actually, this is a very powerful understanding in our physical health. Our thoughts and emotions adjust our frequencies. If you are one who gets sick often, really pay attention to your thought patterns and emotional health, right? Because emotions are the power source of adjusting our frequencies. So I really want to share this. There is a chart out there. It's called the emotional frequency chart. You can research this, you can pull it up on Google, and you can see tons of images that show this. But this emotional frequency chart, I want to review some of this for you and break it down so that we understand, again, that capacity and how we are adjusting and moving through these different frequencies. So, the higher frequencies, like we have love, joy, and peace, these resonate at around 5 to 600 hertz. 5 to 600 hertz. That's a lot of energy. Love, the love frequency is actually scientifically proven as unique. That is at about 585 hertz. It is also known as the miracle frequency because it's the frequency used for repairing DNA. That's powerful, right? Again, so powerful. That's why it's called the miracle frequency. Beautiful. Okay, so now we have those higher frequencies, right? Some of those highest frequencies up there. And then it goes down into, let's say, acceptance and reason. So these range from about 350 to 400 hertz. So at around 432 hertz, this actually affects the brain by enhancing mental clarity and focus, right? So, what's amazing about this and why I'm giving these examples is because this example of wanting to have this, let's say you are, yes, you're wanting this brain clarity and getting this focus. Well, getting into that emotional state of acceptance and reason or that love and joy and peace will actually get you there. It raises your frequency to clear that space. So, if we can focus on those emotions, we can raise that frequency within us. So, just below acceptance and reason, you have courage and neutrality. This is around that mid range in the chart, right? So, this is about 200 to 250 hertz. So, at about 235 hertz, this actually has the potential to restore tissue and organs. That's powerful stuff, right? So, at that 200 level is where we're at, that 200 level of hertz. 200 and above Actually, those are all the positive and healthy frequencies that are life supporting. Once we get under that is where we start getting into the lower frequencies that are diminishing our well-being and causing us to get in places where we are causing illness in ourselves or having tougher times, so on and so forth, bringing us out of balance. Let's put it that way. So underneath that 200 mark, you have pride. Pride is at 175 hertz. Now, at 174 hertz, that actually still has the power to relieve stress and pain. So, still powerful, but we're right there on that edge, just underneath it. And then you have anger at 150 hertz. And below that is desire, fear, and grief. Now, at the lowest end of this emotional frequency chart, you have apathy at 50 hertz. You have guilt at 30, and you have shame at the bottom at 20 hertz. I remember when I first started understanding these frequencies and I came across this chart, I was actually shocked to see that shame was at the bottom of this. I completely and totally thought that maybe hate and anger would be at the bottom of this. And what I've come to understand, and I want to share this because for me it was a little profound to understand this concept here, was that understanding different emotions that we go through in the human spectrum, right? At Anger is a very natural emotion. Anger is something that we process, and it's usually meant to be a short term emotion. Like we go through it in phases. So you feel this anger because you're processing it and we're working through it. And it's for a temporary moment that we are in in that frequency, in that anger frequency, right? And so when we process and then we let it go, we're bringing ourselves back up into the higher frequencies. But shame and guilt actually do not help us in any way. So anger does. Anger is telling us that we're out of balance somewhere and that we're processing things and we need to let them go. Guilt and shame are things that we hold on to that other people have done for us and we've collected it as our own. We've taken it on and we've said, well, that's mine. I should feel shameful or feel guilty or whatever it may be. And those are heavy. They are thick and they are heavy. It's like wearing a wet blanket. And that is why that these emotions are on the bottom of that chart. So let's keep going. I want to end on a high note here. So let's talk about law of attraction because this is where it starts to make sense when you can grasp your frequency and these vibrations. Because everything that manifests itself in your life is there because it matches a vibration from your thoughts. This is how powerful we are. When we want life to change and to create something different for ourselves, that change does not come from an outside source. So again, while you are waiting for someone to come in and make new choices, or I'm going to be happy when, or I will be successful when this happens, or if you're waiting for a social system to evolve and adapt, you're going to be waiting for a very long time. But instead, that power is within yourself because real change happens within you. Only you have that power to choose to change, to choose to heal, to choose to grow, to choose to evolve for personal growth. No one can do this for you. What you put out into the world, into life, into the universe, just out is what you get back. So, for example, if you are one, let's talk about higher vibrating things. If you are able to offer forgiveness, you are now able to receive forgiveness a lot easier. People are offering it to you because you're giving it. You are creating this vibrational space that is allowing a safe place where people are seeing it that is being offered. Therefore, it's easier for them to give it back. And now you're drawing that to you, right? And this is also raising your vibration. So your overall frequency adjusts when you can maintain higher vibrational thoughts and feelings, letting go of the lower and allowing yourself to shed ailments as you are evolving. Because as you have more of these positive or higher vibrational thoughts, these emotions, and your frequency goes higher, your frequency adjusts, all of a sudden you find that you're not being affected physically in certain situations as you did before. All of a sudden, you are finding you don't need certain medications that you need to take before, that you've always taken before. All of a sudden, you feel better without it. Or all of a sudden, you find that you don't get backaches all the time. That's my experience. I had massive back problems forever. And the moment that I started becoming happier and putting myself in that line, I let it all go. And I haven't had any since. It's the power of changing your frequency. Now, please understand that your base of experience and wisdom is limited within a group. Okay. And this is about aligning in the frequency with others, right? What you give, you get. So letting go and moving to new vibrational levels, whether it is people, surrounding yourself with new people, of places that feel better, that make you feel powerful or more inspired, or even situations, you are drawing to you those of similar vibration, which includes thoughts and beliefs. You are bringing those on the same wavelength as you, supporting you in your current journey. I know there's a lot to take in here with understanding, again, vibrations and frequencies and adjusting all of this. Now, this whole path and getting to these new frequencies is a very long journey because a lot of this is going in and rewiring a lot of these thoughts. That does not happen overnight. This is creating new thought patterns, new habits, and new ways of living. So be patient with yourself as you go through this. But I do want to offer some suggestions to get you started in adjusting as you are beginning this path or getting used to understanding how you feel and these, how you can adjust, again, your own personal energy in these levels. So, a great example is music. Music is a fantastic one. We can all feel it. These hold so many different frequencies. And I'm not even talking about the sound frequencies. That's a whole other pile of research I did not get into, but there's beautiful healing power in it. But think about it. With music, energy matches energy. So if you're listening to calm music, it can help calm you, right? So, high vibrating music, meditation music, anything like that can help raise your vibration. Also, stronger beats with motivating messages can also inspire you, making you go out and do things and feeling powerful that maybe you didn't before and giving you courage. Meditation is another fantastic way to raise your vibration. When you go into meditation, it clears your mind of overactive or negative thoughts. It creates space to see wider and higher perspectives. Gratitude is a fantastic practice as it narrows your energy on the positive things in your life. It's having you focus again on the beautiful things. And that can transform your outlook on life the more you have this practice. My favorite tool that I want to share with you in this is laughter. Being around good people, watching a great comedy or purely finding joy in yourself, because I do that often. I laugh at myself often in a beautiful way because it's cool. I think so. or if you can just find joy in life around you, it is one of the fastest way to pull you out of lower energy, sometimes even if it's inappropriate. I say this because and sometimes when we're in very difficult situations that are in no way funny, we find ourselves laughing or cracking up. And we feel like this is so inappropriate. Why are we laughing when either we're really angry or something really sad is happening? And the thing is that we are naturally adjusting our frequency in there. For me, this was a big part of my life as a past social worker, is hearing situations and seeing situations that are so difficult to process that sometimes it's coming down to the choice. You're either going to laugh or cry. And the point in this too is to understand that as we bring laughter and we're trying to, and it's not really joy that you were looking for, you're just trying to change the frequency of maybe how sad it is so it doesn't bring you really down or way down. Make sure that when you are laughing and finding this joy, it's not at somebody else's expense. We never want to make other people feel bad or bring that shame and guilt on someone else. Really low vibrations, right? We want to break those cycles. And it's something to make light of situations, whether it's in private or whatever you need to do, that is okay. Because that laughter is true medicine. That will spike a vibration really high, really fast. I mean, have you seen Monsters Inc? It's not about scaring people. It's about happy and laughter. Well, and the last tool here is actually nature. Nature, nature, nature. Oh my goodness. Couldn't say this enough. Go outside, ground, take a walk, or just take deep breaths of fresh air. Nature is naturally high vibrating. Nature doesn't hold onto thoughts and emotions like we do. So take it in, take that breath in. It is there to support you for your best and highest. So before I leave you today, just know that to evolve into higher frequencies is a practice of sustaining higher vibrational states. Developing self love, self compassion, and self worth can excel you into states of consciousness that support your overall health and wellness. When you are able to think more positively about yourself and others, you will feel more powerful and confident, accomplishing tasks more effectively and increasing your success rate. But please take your time and give yourself some grace. And remember to be kind to yourself. I will see you next week, beautiful souls. Have a fantastic day.